Hey guys, welcome to my latest stream. If you remember from last week, I designed this rogue dude here for this project I'm working on. So for this week's stream, I'm going to be designing another character for the story, who's this kind of evil wizard who defected from his magic academy and wants to he's really lustful for power. He wants to show the world what he's made of. Basically, he's kind of he's evil and methodical, but he's also kind of young and arrogant. So he signing that guy. Throughout the week, I've actually been coming up with ideas for him in my sketchbook. So I have a pretty good idea of what I want him to look like. So I'm just gonna start sketching that out. Just want to have the other characters in the background here so I know how tall this guy is going to be. I don't want him leaning forward a bit. And this guy's going to be an elf, like the character behind him. So he's going to be a little skinny and kind of sleek and streamlined in his design. That's it to be smaller. Well, I'm going to move this over and use her head. It's a bit of a starting reference. I have him like bent over like this, so standing up he'd be the full height of this guy, but don't want to make him too tall. I was trying to realize leaning him like this far forward kind of makes him look a little like an older fellow, but I did say he was kind of young, but I didn't mean like too young. He's older than like this girl behind him, but like he's like not as old as like the master wizards of the academy that he left. They're just kind of younger. He's like maybe like late 30s. I might actually bring him up a little bit. Not completely sure what I want this arm to be doing. Maybe he can be like holding on to his cloak. That I didn't draw yet, but can do something like this. Make this a little darker. Just gonna put in like a rough plan for his face and other features. Since he's one an elf and two villain, he's gonna have kind of like sharper, like more angular features. Like for the one behind him here, she's like one of the heroes, so she's a little like softer and elegant looking, but she still has like the sharp elf features. But for this guy, I'm just gonna be going all out on that. I drew his ear here just to know where it is, but he's going to be wearing like a hood, so it'll like kind of conform to it. And this guy's kind of spent a lot of his time like basically being like a hermit off in like this creepy mountainous area. So his like hair and his eyebrows are going to be a little unkempt and messy. Big, like sharp, kind of like Severus Snape nose. kind of like slanted eyes as an elf. And a lot of times for bad guy eyes, especially if there has like a supernatural element to them, I make corneas dark. How do you look? Yeah, maybe one that like sell a creep factor just to people that's like devoid of of any lighting and shadow in it. Like because like on the other characters, I would put like a little highlight, but to like sell the scariness of this guy, I think I'm just gonna leave that out and put a really small pupil. This part of the hood kind of conforms to his ear a bit. Has some like scraggly hair coming down. Yeah, this guy isn't like a Saruman the White kind of evil wizard with like a whole army of orcs at his disposal. But what he does have is this, since he spent all this time off alone researching like dark, powerful magic, he has this special staff that he's concocted. And in the previous stream where I drew this like elf wizard behind him who has a staff of her own, I did a little bit explain my idea of how staves and magic works in this world. I've made a few changes to that idea for the story. It's more like right now, the way I have it in this world is that um, a powerful enough wizard can cast a spell like just through their hands alone without any special kind of tool, like the wizards in Skyrim say. But only like a master wizard can do that. So like younger, more like learning wizards would need a staff to better focus the spells they're practicing. Because if they try to do it with their hands without like proper masterful skill, the spell could go haywire and be chaotic. So, say if this guy or the girl behind him were to try and cast a fire spell without the staff, it would just create this like uncontrollable like storm of fire. But if they were to focus it through a staff, it'd be a nice fine like beam of it. But this staff in particular that I'm drawing right now, that this evil dude has, it's specially made to control the minds of dragons. That's where his resources are going to come from. He basically has a swarm of dragons at his disposal, but he's like not as methodical as someone like Saruman, who just kind of going crazy with it. Thing I like to do a lot when characters are holding something is to like kind of separate the index finger from the rest of them, just to make it going higher up, just have a little bit of variety there. This kind of cloak that he's wearing is kind of this just like big kind of cloth, almost like well, kind of sheet that's kind of draped over his shoulders. It has like an opening in the middle and on each side for his arms to come through. It's almost like a poncho, actually. Scrolling's lagging a bit, but anyway. So he'll be like holding onto one end of it here. And I'll just have this part kind of billowing out in the wind. doing that so I can tell what part of the cloth is behind him. All right, so now that I have this kind of rough plan in here, I'm gonna do a more clean sketch over that. Yeah. Just checking to see what I do with the other guy over on the right, because with him, I kind of have his like, whoop, whoop. Come on. I have like, like the half closed eyelids to show that he's a little more like confident and calm in his actions, even though he's a little like devious, but he's not crazy. This guy, on the other hand, is just ah, lagging, scrolling. This guy, on the other hand, is just kind of crazy. So I'm going to leave his eyes wide open, even though his brows are a little low.